Thank you for speaking. Let me get the folks back here for a second. Where did they go off to? Let's see. Here you are. And I think I have spotlighted. No, I did something. Let's see. Take you back. Well, hello. Well, good to have you all here. Today is a little bit of a special day. It's part of my training too. Our Eno, unfortunately, had a little tooth issue today. So we very much appreciate Ubu's presence, but let's be sitting today for his root canal. But this is a chance for me to do what I call the one-man band. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm a little out of practice. Every once in a while, a priest, I visit someone or I'm on my own, and I have to be the doshi in the ceremony and the chanter and the music section. So here's what we do. Okay. We start with our bell, right? Then I have my mokugyo, which snaps in right here, if you can see, right? And then I have the Heart Sutra memorized, but I want to do this today for a couple of reasons. I never trust myself not to mess up an easy thing. And also, I'm trying to teach our priests that you hold it if you need to, just to be careful. You can read it, and I got the whole thing there. No, you don't hit but you see? And then, when the saints come marching in. You see, we're a one-man band here, and I got the drum on the back with the feet, I got the whole thing. So I'll be the Eno today. If I mess it up, please just ignore that. We are very glad to have you here. Hello, Paul. Good to see you. Mokusho, very good. If you've been here before, you know what to do, and if it's your first time, just follow along. the heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, awakened one of compassion in Prajnaparamita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom, perceive the emptiness of all five conditions, and was freed of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not good, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation nor perception, not formation nor consciousness, no eye, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance or into ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering or cause or into suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this Prajnaparamita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusions. Nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this Prajnaparamita. Realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the Prajnaparamita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the Prajnaparamita mantra. Set forth this mantra and proclaim Gate, Gate, Para, Gate, Paratam, Gate, Bodhi, Soakam. Anya Shingyo. I am having a bit of an asthma attack. I apologize. Sakashi, could you fill in for me for the rest? Sorry. Something got me. Too much chanting. Please apologize.
Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. in reciting the heart of the perfection of great wisdom sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen Honored One, Soji Keizan Honored One, all successive Honored Ones up until Zuigaku Renpo Honored One, and Gudo Wafu Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha, Prajna, Paramita.
Zazen? I'm okay now, by the way. Just I think the heat got to me for a second. Pardon, excuse me for that. Whew. Sandy's here to grab me. No, no, no. Just for a moment. No, no, I'm good. Okay, set your leg down. Kinhin. We will have Zazen and a little talk. I'm going to try to make a little talk. I've been talking. I got to make it, remember to keep my talks a little short. Otherwise, I'll go on forever. Talking. Can everybody hear? If your health permits, do 3 jumping jacks, please. Yeah, okay, very good. Let's see. Incense is lit. Let me straighten the incense. So this talk is called Sincerely Doing What One Can. And it's very fitting today that I had a little asthma attack, or as we say, I became a little verklempt. That's a nice expression. During chanting, I think it's the heat. Boy, it's hot here. And I was doing my one-man band chanting, and suddenly I had a bit of a asthma attack, like I've had since I was a kid. That's one of the things I live with. Not so bad. By the way, don't worry about me too much. I had what they call here it's my full body checkup here, very extensive here in Japan. All kinds of tests and x-rays and blood work. And I came out with flying colors this week. So generally I'm in pretty good shape. The doctor was even impressed he said, for a man your age, you're pretty good. So that's always good to hear. But I've lived with this since I was a kid. Sometimes I get a little out of breath. That's okay. So many people in our Sangha are in our Sangha because they're living with various health conditions and aging and all those natural things that the Buddha talked about. That's what set him on the road. Old age and sickness, that was part of it. So it's okay. Even the Buddha had times when his back hurt so much he had to say, Ananda, you take the talk today, man. I can't handle it. And even Master Dogen, I'll talk about in a second, had those times. But I want to call this talk Sincerely Doing What One Can. There's another tendency I found in the Sangha sometimes to either do too much or maybe not push yourself enough. Ours is the middle way, and you have to find out what sincerely is right for you. I'm going to talk about that. We have a priest training program, and I've seen this with some of our priests, but I've also seen it with many of our lay folks. And they think that they have to do the whole thing, with a lotus posture and sitting and pushing themselves and doing the full bows, whatever it is, they're going to push themselves. And I think that's great, assuming your body allows, and that is truly something you can do in a healthful, healthful way. Sometimes I hear folks who say, I had to do it. I wanted to do it. So I fell over 6 times and eventually became sick. I had to sit down. It was terrible, but I got through it. I said, no. Was that truly what you needed to do? Then we have another priest who's going through chemotherapy right now, and what he does is he just does the entire ceremony, sitting, moving his hands in a graceful gesture as he flows through the ceremony, as if he was walking up to the altar and planting the incense, but he doesn't move. He does it all just with a gesture of his hand, a fine ballet of his fingers. And that's lovely because that's sincere and that's what he can manage. So I don't like people who do too much. It's wrong. Now, in Japan, this is a big thing about our Sangha, by the way. We're breaking down doors. This monastery of open doors we're doing, welcoming people to say, you do what you can do sincerely. This would not pass muster here in Japan. They were, for our Spanish speakers, I'm going to talk about the lotus posture in Japanese is kekafuza. So I'm going to call it the fusa fascistas, the fusa fascists, who insist that everyone must sit in the lotus posture, otherwise it's not real Zazen, little asterisk. Even my lovely teacher Nishijima was a little bit in that way. He loved the lotus posture, never quite got the point of sitting in a chair. Kind of, some of us got him to look the other way when there was need, but he was part of this Japanese tradition. It's not found in China, not found in Tibet from what I've seen. Boy, those people when they sit Zazen are big slumpers over there in China. When I've seen videos and when I went there myself and joined in some session, maybe too much. Okay, here I am the middle way again. I believe in an upright, stable posture. Something that's balanced, but upright. I watch some of you at home. I'm looking right now and it's hard to tell with the camera, and maybe some of you really need, but I see folks leaning forward like the Leaning Tower of Pisa there. Okay? Trying to get your back a little straight and your head nicely balanced on top, if you can. If it's right for your body. That's one of the reasons I recommend that fellow I did a couple of weeks ago again, Mr. Johnson, with his Finding the Posture Right for You program. It's very good. You judge your own body. If it feels right and stable and comfortable, it's a good posture. It doesn't have to be the fusa fascista lotus posture. Okay, enough about that. So do what you can. Don't do too much. You don't have to be the perfect monk or the perfect Zen practitioner if the body does not allow. Sincerely do what you can. Know your own body. On the other hand, I'm going to go the other way now. Part of our practice is gaman. Gaman is a Japanese word that means kind of sticking it out, hanging in there, toughing it out, biting the bullet. There's a lot of that too, and there's a reason for that, and that's a good thing too. Sometimes we're too easy on ourselves, or we psychologically talk ourselves into, I can't do that, it's too hard. That's not good. And some of our practice is intended to be a bit miserable, boring, and uncomfortable. Truly, Zazen is sometimes boring. It's meant to be. It's meant to be repetitive, boring, sometimes uncomfortable, a little bit tough, because we learn the lesson that a lot of the resistance is between our ears. If something's boring or uncomfortable, or you'd rather be doing something else, that's your judgment between your ears. You can change that. If something is uncomfortable, there's a difference between having a real medical need to move and just convincing yourself, oh, I just need to move. Sometimes I watch you guys at home here too. I see, compared to a lot of Zazen folks I know in America or Japan, a lot of people who seem to move a lot, always changing, always kind of jumping. Now, some people may have a real need to do that, and if you have a real need to do that, that's your condition, either a either some kind of health condition, whatever it is, and you really need to move like that, that's okay here. In Japan, they come over and hit you with a stick. They saw that. I'm not going to do it because they're the Fusa fascistas here. I'm telling you. They'd come over, the guy with the stick would say, stop moving, and hit you. I'm not going to do that. If you need to move, you move. But ask yourself, can I put this need to move out of mind and just sit here upright, straight, and balanced and just forget about it? Am I really so uncomfortable that my legs are now in some physical danger of true injury to myself? Or is this just a little thing that I can just kind of put aside? I told you I had medical tests this week. It comes in very handy. I had a couple of, the barium test and a couple of things. I don't like it. They jug you up and down. I put it out of mind. I go to the gym. I do my weight machines. I don't like it sometimes. About the 13th or 14th repetition, it gets a little achy, no pain, no gain. I do it the Zen way. No pain, no non-gain. But that's another story. But anyway, I'm on the 14th repetition. It really hurts. I've learned to put it out of mind. Put it like I'm picking up the pain and putting it aside from me so I can get through the repetitions, the medical test. That's part of our practice. The middle way. So what I'm saying to you is when you're sitting, don't move too much. Don't move too little. If you need to move and there's a real reason, move. But if it's just you doing it to yourself and you can put it aside, the need to move, I would like you to gaman, sit up straight and a little bit, try not to move. Get through it. If there's medical need, like someone just said to me, they had a back operation, they need to move all you need. Move every 10 seconds. I don't care. Our Sangha. But if you don't really need to move, practice the art of dropping it from mind, dropping body from mind, and just sit with it. And don't do too much. I don't want anyone falling over like I almost did during the chant today. And don't do too little. Like the lute strings, not too tight, not too loose, and then the beautiful music comes out of the guitar, comes out of the lute, that middle way, okay? All right, let's practice that now. Let's just sit. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows. Maybe I'll try to one-man band it again today. I'm feeling better. Not doing too much, not doing too little. I'm going to try to do this myself again. All right, you fall off the horse, you get back on, guys. All harmful words, thoughts, and acts ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind. Now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable. Well, very good, guys. I wish you a lovely week. Don't do too much. Don't do too little. We're going to have coffee or tea here in a second if you can stick around. And our subject will be when we do too much and when we do too little. So if you can stick around, if that's not too much, you're all welcome. Otherwise, the rest of you, see you and good walking the path this week. Love you guys.